Call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. It's a regular session, 5/9/2022. And we're going to call for a moment of silent prayer. Amen. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, first thing we need to do is approve the agenda. Is there any additions? If not, we need a motion to approve it.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I wasn't here, so.
We're approving the agenda.
Okay. Yeah. Aye.
Okay. All right. Motion carried. The minutes. Did you review them? Any corrections need to be made in that?
I didn't see any.
I didn't see any.
No. We need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
No, second.
All right, I'm gonna vote. Christine, you don't want to vote on it?
Right, so I wasn't here, so I don't.
I'm gonna vote in favor of it also. So the motion's carried. The financials. You got approval of the accounts payable.
I make a motion to approve them.
For a second.
I'll second.
Christine, you got any questions on that?
No.
You want to vote on it?
Yes.
All right. You vote in favor of it?
Yes. Aye.
All right, motion carried. The financial report. Any questions on that?
I didn't have any questions, did you? Anybody?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carried. On the appearances, we got Dana Glass with Aspire to Mental Health Awareness Month. You want to talk to us?
I do. I will be quick. So I brought you guys some information about our services and specific to Miller County. We used to, every mental health month, come to all of our counties and give an update on our impact to the county. And so we wanted to get back to that now that things have opened up. Miller County accounts for just about 2% of our service delivery. We actually have 8 primary counties that we provide behavioral health, substance use, and developmental disability services to. So we have the 8 primary counties and then an additional 17 that we serve through specialty contracts like our Patola Circuit. We pick up Decatur and Seminole County and counties at the north end. But we have actually outgrown our building here in Miller County. We're in partnership with the Miller County Hospital, and so we're in a house right there on Grace Street, right across from the hospital. And Haley had to do a meeting on the porch today. This is Haley Reichert. She is our Western Counties coordinator, so she coordinates all of our services delivery in Early, Miller, and Calhoun counties for us. So she's got quite a big coverage area, and I'm the executive director, so I get to have fun with all of it. But when I say that it was 2%, it was still 163 individuals that we serve. And then you have this chart. I'm not going to read all of it to you, but you have this chart in your packet that tells you specifically every service line that was served through Miller County. We actually did have several people, about 36, that accessed our Behavioral Health Crisis Center over in Albany. That is not where we want people to access the system. We really want them to get engaged in care in these outpatient levels of care that are locally available in the community. So we're hoping now that things have kind of opened back up and you know, we can get back out to people's homes and they can come back to our clinic, that we'll see things pick up more here in county-based service delivery. We are in your elementary, middle, high, and alternative schools. So we are serving about 30 students through what we call our APEX program, that's school-based care. So What we do is we provide services to the student, to their parents as they engage in care, and then we also provide support for like positive behavior supports in the classrooms, and skill-based teaching for some of the teachers in trauma-informed care and recognizing mental health disorders. We have about 307 employees with Aspire and about 76 medical staff that we contract with. Everything from nurses to psychiatrists to nurse practitioners, like those mid-level prescribers. 3 of our staff actually live here in Miller County, and so, as an Early County resident, I always like to know our financial impact, and so it's about $122,000 that come back to your community just in those 3 salaries alone. We have about a $12 million payroll. We would love to hire more people from Miller County. We've got openings in early Miller and Calhoun, so we would love to have more people on board. About 67% of people that access care in Miller County stay with us for 4 or more sessions, and 34% are still engaged in care a year later. We'd like to see that increase to about 38 to 40%. Not because we want people to stay unwell, but because we want them to stay well. Sometimes that's a little confusing, but sometimes those support services are what makes the difference, is that engagement in care. Historically, you all have provided support to us in the amount of $5,400 annually, and so we would love for that to continue. When the opioid money comes down, we would love to be considered as a treatment partner. We actually have crisis and detox services. We have intensive outpatient services, family and group, and then we also have medication-assisted treatment services where a prescriber provides medications to assist with that opiate withdrawal and craving management. But we also have certified peer specialists and licensed clinicians that work with the individual as well to really get at the root of, why were we using opiates to begin with. So we'd love for you to use us for some of those services here too. What we have seen is that kind of crisis is just now starting to hit our area at the level that the metro area has been seeing it for years. We've seen a sharp increase in overdoses and arrests and people trying to enter our treatment courts with those types of issues. So that's all of it in a nutshell. Unless you have any questions or concerns or anything you'd like to know more about.
How y'all get your patients? I mean, how are they referred to y'all?
Well, we take them just about any way they come to us. A majority are self-referrals. The ones that enter through the Batala Judicial Circuit are court-ordered and mandated to treatment. They do agree, but there's a mandate as part of their suspended sentence. Sometimes we get them through involuntary admissions to our crisis center, based on being a risk of danger to themselves or others. But the bulk of who we serve here are voluntary self-referrals.
If you've got somebody that's homeless,
So we are not a housing agency. There's a lot of confusion about that.
How do you get somebody that's got some problems that was homeless? How do you get them into this?
So Haley is our point of contact. So my card is in the front of that folder. So you're welcome to reach out directly to me and we can connect on the particular person. I feel like you have somebody in mind in particular.
There was one.
Okay.
We have had one.
My guess is I would prefer not to, since we are on camera, I would prefer not to violate HIPAA at all ever. But my guess is that we're probably familiar with people that are homeless in this particular area. We have some limited housing options. Most of them are not located here in Miller County. There's some very specific access to those housing. There's something called Shelter Plus Care and the Georgia Housing Voucher Program, and all of those are federal mandates for how you access that.
Well, we weren't trying to find him a home. He got some problems, and I think he might get the problem straightened out. He might get on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
But person been living all over town.
Needed some direction.
Right. Well, what we know is that Housing First tends to help provide some stability for people.
I think he's been through all that,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got to have some direction so he knows how to live. Put it like that. Just getting him in a house, he can't take care of it.
Well, I agree with you completely, but if we can get somebody stably housed, that helps open up the pathway to provide some of those clinical services. Now, we can't force adults, especially, I mean, we really can't force children, you know, unless somebody's under a mandate, there's no repercussions about whether or not somebody decides to engage in our care, and there's very limited pathways for us as providers to take to get mandates placed on somebody to participate in care. So we can be ready and willing and able, but whether or not they're ready and willing and able to do the work.
The court system would probably have to put them in y'all's direction.
I'm sorry?
The court system would probably have to put them in y'all's direction.
Well, it sounds like that there's been, I mean, it's very hard to speak because I don't know exactly who we're talking about. I have a pretty good guess. But it just depends on every situation is individualized. But a lot of times the court system with people that have had a lot of difficulty staying on that path to recovery, whether it's with a mental health issue or substance abuse, a lot of times that court system can put that little bit of extra teeth that helps people make a decision to adhere to things, if that makes sense.
No.
I think that, I think I know maybe who you're talking about, and I think he has possibly been with them. I think.
Yeah.
So why don't we just connect after the meeting at some point? You know, my email is on there, and I've got it on my phone, so it's like I'm pretty accessible. My
Okay.
phone number's on there as well. And then Haley's here, like I said, in the local
Right.
community. I'm only over here a couple of days a week if I'm lucky. Most days I have to make the trek to Albany from Blakely. So, but we're happy to try to see what we can do to provide some support.
Y'all got any questions on any of that? All right, you further down, we had it on the agenda down here for new business. You got a mental health awareness proclamation.
Mhm.
That-
Just proclaiming May Mental Health Month for Miller County. Trying to work with all of our partners. It happens every May, and it's just to try to help raise awareness about mental health and destigmatize, because it's just a part of your basic health care.
Okay, so we just need to adopt, more or less pass this proclamation or sign it for you.
If you so choose to.
All right. Y'all have y'all looked over?
Oh, it
It's
sounds
on
like-
page
It
42.
sounds like something good. You want a motion to adopt it?
Yes. This is, mental health month. Is that the month, this month of May? Okay.
I make a motion to adopt.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion is carried. All right. We got that taken care of. Did you want us to read this?
You don't have to.
Okay. All right. All right, anything else we need to go over with them? Any questions about anything? Okay.
Well, if you think of anything, please feel free to reach out, and we'll
No.
respond and see what we can do to help.
Okay. All right, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, the old business was the ordinance for the roads. Did y'all read over that? Is anything you need adding to it, you think, or need to leave out of it? Or did it look like it was fine? I mean, we can change it at any point in time.
This pretty much, did you get this from somebody, like another county?
It's already been approved by several counties up north.
Okay.
What I would do is if you approve it, I would just send it on to the lawyer and get his stamp of approval, and then it would be enforced.
So it's not a homemade thing, it's been researched a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Y'all okay with it as it is?
Yeah, I mean, they got it from somebody else, I mean, I ain't no lawyer. Just gonna keep folks from digging up the roads, I
Yeah.
guess. Is that what we're trying to do?
Yeah, if they, disturb the roadway or the right of way, anything like that right there, or put dirt in the road, doing any kind of project, boring under the road, it's got road in there and
You
stuff
gotta
like
have-
that.
Yeah, you gotta have permission to do
Yeah.
it. You don't say you can't do it, you just gotta have permission.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What you think, Richard?
And there's got a,
Don't you think?
if it's in violation down at the bottom where it's got a, what the maximum amount of penalty would be, which was $1,000. But I mean, it's, if we can adopt it,
And then
if it needs fine tuning and the attorney says something needs changing on it, then we can revisit the thing.
I say we adopt it and let the lawyer, if we need to make any changes.
Okay.
You want a motion to do
Yeah, I
that?
need a
A
motion.
motion to adopt with the approval of the lawyer?
Yes.
second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carried. The intergovernmental agreement with the city for using that, it's called the drop yard out there, that's what they're gonna call it, where they're gonna park the dumpsters that's not being used. That's out at the landfill.
That's just for us to store.
Well, it's for them
Well,
yeah, for them to use it. And they're gonna put up a fence around it, and what else are they gonna do, Doug?
They would keep it and maintain it.
Keep the grass cut also.
But they're gonna have a fence around and nobody
Yeah.
can get back there.
So they won't be dumping, the fences for, somebody won't be going up there
Right.
dumping in their extra,
Right.
sitting in reserve dumpsters, I reckon you call it.
Mhm.
So, is they, other than adopting this, is there anything else we need to do with it?
No, you guys passed it last meeting.
Okay.
We just needed, Corey just needed to look at it. He was out due to medical. And he looked it over and said it looked fine for the city.
So we don't need to revisit it, it just,
You just need, I guess, unless you just need to approve signing it.
I need permission to sign it. Need a motion.
I make a
Give me
motion
permission
to
to sign.
assign, agree it.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the motion's carried. Tennis court resurfacing, that's on page 22. What did the fella say about that, Doug? He's,
They're supposed to be down, I think this week, they're coming down, we sent them the logos, they sent it off to their, image company, and they said they're still on track, so it should be probably this week, because he told them 2 weeks into May, so it's either gonna be this week or the first of next week.
So is it gonna be the rec department logo?
Yes.
all right,
And it will be, 4 pickleball courts as well, inside the tennis courts.
okay. So there's nothing, that's just information.
That's right.
The 911 equipment upgrade. We may be able to get some federal money for some of this. Ain't no guarantee, but we've been told that may be possible. So anyway, it's something we're gonna have to do, but we ain't got to do it right now. Of course, you got the information in front of you, what it says.
Hey, Mr. Greg, if I can jump in here, I got an email late Saturday night from Congressman Bishop's representative that Washington was requesting. They're saying that, being that's like a FEMA Homeland Defense, we're gonna have to get the state of Georgia to accept the project, basically being they're the recipient of the project, and they would just forward it on to us. Now, I've got to get with Debbie Henry on that to make sure they're even willing to do that. If not, we're gonna probably be back at it solely on us.
Okay. We'll see where that goes. The fueling station report. Y'all looked over that, and is there any questions on that? Or Doug, you got anything you need to?
No, we
Tell us
finally
about
got the database and the server is back to running. We've got the city's cards added in, so they're gonna probably be coming on, I would probably say within a week. It's actually been doing pretty good as far as, I know Andy's been using it a lot. Have you had any issues? We haven't had any issues with it at all. So far it's running good.
Is the city just going, are they just gonna start up, or are they gonna make a,
They're
They're
just
gonna
gonna
test
direct, they're just gonna start up and purchase, but there are purchases for 10% over what we buy.
Spring Creek Park, the resurface, we talked about that, but, I mean, unless he called today,
No,
We ain't got-
Oxford, he emailed me and said that it would be Wednesday before they could even get us the quote. He's having, like every other problem, he's having an employee problem, so he only has one, what is it, surveying crew, Andy, is that what they call it? So they're trying to get here. He said he would have it by Wednesday.
okay. Was he gonna give a overall, was he gonna do, was there gonna be a breakdown? Cause I think we talked about doing part of it at one time and not all at once. We did it.
You took them out there, didn't you?
Yeah, he came and looked, kind of looked at all of it, so
But is he gonna break it down in several parts?
we didn't ask him to, Craig, but I can if that's what y'all
Well,
want to do.
you need to. We might do part of it at one time and part of it another year and move through it like that. So you need to break it down. How many parts would it need to be broke?
I'd say 4.
Yeah.
All
I mean, that
right. Well, let him,
kind of down to it, and then three or 4, because you got the parking lot,
let him.
That'd be the biggest part of
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
If he will, let him break it down like that in several parts.
Craig, he and I talked about it when we looked at it, and he said if we could kind of hold off to maybe end of the year, like October or something, right at the end of paving, that the demand would go down, for paving, and that he probably could do a lot better on pricing, along in the end, but that depends on how fast y'all want to resurface it
We
too.
got to do it right now, but just let him get us
Yes, yeah.
an idea on how we need to go about doing it. So when that time gets here, we can hold off.
I got you.
All right. Any more questions on any of that? The new business, we did the mental health awareness proclamation. We done took care of that. There's another lawsuit pending with the sheriff's department. And, you got the information in front of you, and the amount they seeking is $250,000. But anyway, we ain't got nothing. I mean, he wouldn't discuss it. So anyway, we got what information what the legal firm sent us. So anyway, that's just for information. All right, the next thing is the Board of Assessor resolution. That's page 46 through 49. The Tax Assessor Board wants to drop the board members down to 3 members. So if something was to happen that they could conduct business with 2 members. Did y'all want to do? I mean, they need to do that because
All these people have agreed to it right here.
I mean, the Tax Assessor Board agreed to it.
I'm talking about these
But
people, all these people have agreed right here.
Which
46,
page you got?
46. One more.
Yeah. William Smith, Mike Middleton, and Juwan Bowen.
2 of them already on there. Juwan be the,
Juwan got to go to training,
yeah, she's the newest one.
but if something was to happen to one of them was absent for medical reasons or whatever, they could still conduct business. They can't have their meetings like they need to now because you're supposed to have a 5-member board and there's 3. That's what it takes to do it. You drop it to the 3, and 2 can conduct business.
That's gonna be within the legal guidelines.
Yes. But I mean, they ain't had a meeting because they ain't had 2 members. But Cody, who's a tax assessor, he's checked with the Department of Revenue. So I mean, what they're trying to do, and William Smith's the chairman. I mean, it's like it needs to be.
You need a motion to adopt that then?
Yeah,
I make a motion to adopt the resolution for the tax commissioner to a 3-person board instead of a 5-person board.
yes.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Okay. All right, motion's carried. Do I need to read this resolution? You think I need to read it?
I would, just to demonstrate.
All right. Whereas OCGA 48-5-290 and OCGA 48-5-295 provides the county governing authority to appoint a board of tax assessors consisting of no less than 3 members and no more than 5 members for the terms of not less than 3 years nor more than 6 years. And whereas in appointing the current 5-member board of tax assessors, the county governing authority inadvertently failed to do so by an appropriate resolution that provided for an expiration of the members' terms of office, and therefore be it resolved by the Miller County Board of Commissioners in a meeting duly assembled that the appointment of the current Board of Tax Assessors is hereby ratified and confirmed and consists of the appointments for 3 years as follows. Member number 1 is William Smith, who's chairman. Member number 2 is Mike Middleton Sr. And member number 3 is Juwan Bowen. The terms run William Smith 7/1/2020 to 6/30/2023. Mike Middleton 7/1/2021, 7/1/2024. Member number 3 is Juwan Bowen. That's hers started 9/24/2021 and 7/1/2024 would be her expiration date. And so it be resolved and duly adopted this day of May the 9th, 2022.
You got 12 on
You got 2012 on here.
I'll get that changed.
All right. So we've already adopted it. So anyway, just reading that takes care of that. The next thing we got is pictures up here of a dump truck that Andy wanted to purchase. It's a used truck. New dump truck cost over $100,000. It's a $22,500. Has it got 300,000 miles on it?
It does. I went and looked at the truck, I drove the truck, it shifted out good, motor run good. Truck looks really well, don't look like the dump's been used hardly any.
Are you gonna leave this flatbed dump on there, or is you gonna put a?
Yeah, we could actually, we haul dirt, but then we have to haul trees, they won't come out them dump beds, so we can use that either way. It'd be good that we have it, cause we lost one, and we only have one with a flatbed on it now, but the truck looked like to me the guy said a lumber company had it, they run 7 trucks. Truck looked like to me that it had been well maintained, it was sitting on asphalt, there wasn't no bunch of oil piled up on the ground. But then again, it's like Craig said, it's high mileage, it's used, but most of them we got were used when we got them, and our problem is we have to stay under 26,000 pounds where we don't have to have CDL drivers. These trucks are just not coming along very often, and we got one of our dump trucks got 1 foot in the grave now, and it may not even make it back out the gate. Truck looked good. That's pretty much all I can tell you about it. It's been well taken care of. Truck's got real good
So
tires.
you gonna get rid of that truck that you talking about that's got the foot in the grave?
I'm gonna run it till the motor comes out of it. I don't need to run it as much as we've been to run it, because it's getting some more issues that need some attention. But there's no need in pouring that kind of money in something that the motor's fixing to come out of. The motor's gone. If you run it hard, it blows all the oil out of the blow-by pipe. And we just kind of babying it, and Our other truck has been our
So
backup
you had
truck.
this one, you wouldn't use it at all, or you would use it?
Well, we may use it a day or two, along, but we wouldn't be using it like we are now. I mean, I used it all day. We out there on McClendon Road putting in that pipe, it all dirt all day long, running from town to McClendon Road. And it's getting some other issues that I really like to take it off the road from everyday use. I mean,
So you wouldn't sell it and get rid of it?
no, I mean, if y'all wanna sell it, we will, but
I'm just
I
curious.
mean, they probably not gonna get a lot for it because the motor's gone in.
Yeah, right.
And we've had the motor checked and it can't be rebuilt. You have to swap motors. It's got a throwaway motor in it. This truck, that is one thing that this truck has wet pistons in it. If something was to happen, this truck can be rebuilt.
Mm-hmm.
It don't have a throwaway motor in it. It's got a Detroit engine in it.
Right.
But-
are we gonna have someone to thoroughly check it out though before we agree to?
I talked to the guys over there in the shop.
Is that Kaufman? Is that where it's at?
Yeah, and they do carry them through that shop, cause they had a nudding that they had taken in, but it was an old gravedigger truck, and it really wasn't something we'd probably be interested in. We got some like it already.
Mm-hmm.
The trucks just don't come along that often. We've been looking for a long time, and the guy sent us, I happened to see it, and then before I could tell him to look at it, he had sent the pictures of it. The truck it looks like it's been well maintained by who had it. That's all I can say.
The other used trucks, like this right here that you got, how long have they lasted?
We've had the blue dump truck probably about 12 years, and I run the old 700. I got it from the city for $1,000, and I run it 10 years.
And
I mean,
How many miles they got on them?
probably,
500,000?
probably
700,000?
about that, yeah, something like that.
but they had
We
over,
got a lot of miles on them, And the one that's going bad, it's 15 years old. I got it when I first came here, and it's been our main truck for 15 years, and it's got a pile of miles and hours on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up to y'all. They just don't come along. I wasn't really expecting the truck to pop up, but it did, and truck looks pretty good. I mean, that's all I can say about it. It run good, shifted good. It does have automatic transmission in it, and that's a help with us, because nobody drive standard shift no more. These guys we're hiring, they can't drive them. I mean,
They have any kind of warranty, like a 30-day
No,
warranty or
it ain't
anything?
gonna have-
It's just as is?
it's as is. It's just rare that one comes along now that's under 26,000 pounds that's used, because when we buy them new, we have to have them derated when we buy it new, and you can't derate it no other time. And the truck we just got was derated from the factory. I mean, that's the only way we get one now, 26,000 pounds and under.
He's
All
got
right.
plenty of splosh and T-splosh that it can be made, that purchase.
Now, I don't wanna make decisions by myself. Y'all look at the pictures. I mean, I hadn't been around the truck. All I can say is it looked real good and drove real good. It front end didn't seem to be wore out. I kinda checked some of that, and it looked very well maintained.
y'all want to let them get the truck.
Do what, Craig?
I'm okay with it. I mean, 300,000 ain't a pile of miles on a decent Detroit like that. I mean, it's a lot of miles to
We run motors like that in them semis, and first 3 or 4 months, we'd have that many miles
Usually
on them.
300 is a baby, with a Detroit or a Caterpillar motor or something like that. So
All right, you want to make a motion to let him get the truck?
I'll make a motion for him to get it.
There's a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the motion carried. All right, is there anything else we need to go over? That's the last thing, other than the department heads. You have anything you need to go over other than the truck, Andy?
No, I think the road, we've been ditching some on both sides of the county, and I think that little rain helped pull them roads together over there on your side, and we putting in a piece of pipe over there on McClendon Road, and when we get this pipe in, we having to build a road up about 3-4 foot, and It's gonna take us a day or two. When we get through with that, we're gonna work on it. Some of the sections that's dry enough, we're gonna start ditching them, and then we'll catch the wetter season, because there's some wet spots and dry spots, but it needs some attention. But they're working on Daniels Road, ditching it now. I mean, while the roads are kinda hard and it hadn't been raining, we've been swapped over to trying to ditch, but it got a little dry on us at the end, but it rained a little bit, and we back at it today, so that's,
And I think you did a great job on Griffin Sheffield over there. Did a good job.
it's coming in.
I'm not
pretty
getting any
good.
phone calls, so you did a real good job.
We're gonna have to work on it a little bit, like we'll have to do McClendon, we'll have to go back. Cause when we dig those big ditches and build a road up 4 foot, you have to go back and widen it. We went back, widened that one some, and that road's coming in real well.
Real well.
We do have a couple more spots we gonna have to address a little later on. Lane and I talked about one, but we can't get to it right now. We working on some that we already got material for. So we gonna just continue to, when we run out of that, we'll start addressing some of the other spots. And that's about all I got, Craig.
The only other thing, there was a letter came here, and it's from ACCG, is there was a refund on the workman's comp insurance program. And, supposed to be getting some money back, a refund of $17,362.
They pay for the truck right there.
Might be the money for them next pipe we got.
All right, if there ain't nothing else, we need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, we adjourn.